the NBA real quick because the biggest news still is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant came out again this week. He came out to his owner, Joe Tsai, and said that he does not have faith in the Nets' direction. There was a meeting that they had with the KD had with the owner. They said it was transparent and professional, and with a clear message: keep me or the GM and the coach. You cannot have both. So KD still a domino to fall. I feel like he's the biggest whale, even though he has 4 years left of his contract in Brooklyn. How do you feel about this, Julian? Is he still posing? Do you actually believe KD when he says that he wants to get out of here? You said it at the beginning of the summer before free agency. Now he said it again. He said apparently I had this meeting with the owner and said it again right to his face. So, Julian, is KD for real? Do you think KD can still be in net?
Well, yeah, one, I think he's for real. Like, I think he clearly wants to leave. We've seen it in his past. Like when he wants to go, he throws his tantrums to go to the best team possible. Will he still be a net? Yes, I think he will be. I think the Nets have all the leverage in the world. I think if KD had actual leverage, he wouldn't go and sit down with the team and like say like it's either me or the GM or the coach. He clearly doesn't have leverage. Nobody's going to have the compensation to trade for him. And then even if a team was to, that team's going to get worse because of all the compensation they had to give up. So I think he's stuck unless he sits out, which like we've talked about this last week. I don't see why you sit out because the team can still make the playoffs. Maybe you're not a home run title to contender like you thought you were when Harden went over there. But I mean, it seems like Kyrie's coming back. Maybe Ben Simmons with a change of scenery can play well. Who knows about that? But I mean, you still have a team that could potentially make the playoffs and you could possibly get out of the first round. And he's getting at an age where it's like, do you really want to skip a year? You know what I mean? So what this does speak to me is like he vouched for Steve Nash and it sounds like he wants Steve Nash out after him and the whole team were vouching for Steve Nash after obviously the ridiculous Stephen A comments that were made, like, what was it, last year or something like that?
So I think it's pretty crazy. Like he kind of put himself in the situation. Obviously, it seemed like him and KD and Kyrie were running the whole damn program. Like you said, they got the coach they wanted. It was suggested Steve Nash apparently came available after retirement. And that's the coach they wanted. They got their guy. They made all these trades for Harden. They got their guy. They started their big three. Come to the season, they don't play. Actually, vaccinations. They don't play all together. They play like a total like 12 games, 14 games all together on the same floor. Some like not even they even play a lot together. So it's kind of weird. This is all KD's construction with Kyrie. You signed the extension for 4 more years, and you're not happy. It's like what are you doing? Like you're running the whole damn show, and now you're not happy with the show. Like,
and you knew everybody knew who Kyrie was before he went to the Nets. We all knew who he was. There's always a question if he really loved the game, if he was going to really show up. James Harden, he's always been kind of a guy where he's got all the talent in the world, and he's so talented, and he can show up when he wants to, but you always question his seriousness about it. And when we talked about last week with him resigning with the Sixers, it seems like, yeah, okay, he's getting like really serious about this. So like, to me, it's like, yeah, you got to live with what you dealt with and now you don't like it and you want them to get you out of it. Like, I mean, you didn't see LeBron complaining when he went to the Lakers and that team didn't even make the playoffs. I mean, he complained, but not like he wasn't like requesting trades or anything immediately. Like he dealt with it. He knew what he signed up for and he sticked with it. And he still did even this year with them not even making the play-in game. No, they didn't make the play-in game. So it's just like, and that's coming from a LeBron hater. Like I'm not a big LeBron fan. I wouldn't even call myself a hater. I'm just not a big LeBron fan. I think people, whatever. But yeah, I mean, like why can't you bring people to you? Like if you're one of the best players in the world, like people should want to be able to play with you. And like, I don't know if it's the GM not taking his suggestions. Maybe that's why he's upset with the GM and like Steve Nash. Maybe like he wants certain people and wants them to sign and trade for people, but they're not doing it, or what. I don't know. There could be something deeper. Like maybe he is being outspoken, like, hey, we want these people here, but they're not doing it. So he's like, all right, whatever. Like you guys aren't gonna do like give me like better help than I want out. But
Yeah.
like I said, Nets have all leverage though. So what are they gonna do?
The Nets do have
So
all
what
the
is he gonna
leverage.
do?
And it's crazy. Like I said, we talked about earlier this summer how the Rudy Gobert trade kind of set the standard, and I don't think there's any teams out there that can meet. If they like straight up, I don't think they can straight up meet what the Nets need or what they're going to ask for KD. 4 years, 4 or 3, 4 more years of KD. Um,
And teams think they can win without him. Like I think a lot of the teams like that are competitive, like contenders, they believe they can win without him, and that's not super great for his,
next man
his
up,
trade
man.
his
Ben
trade
Simmons.
value.
Ben Simmons, next man up.
Good luck with that. Ben Simmons gonna. Hey, I'll make a bet right now. Ben Simmons plays in Europe within the next 5 years.
Wow. Well, 5 years. No, do it tighter. I say the next
3 years.
Next 1 year. That's a little bit.
He's gonna be playing
I'm
in
a little
Europe.
bit hot. My take is a little bit hotter. The next 1 year, he'll be playing in Europe.
So you think next year he's gonna be playing in Europe or Australia?
Europe or Australia. Those are different continents.
Or Africa or something.